That's the real one. All right, now it's 5:30.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the regular meeting of the City Council on Tuesday, September 23rd, 2025 at 5:30 p.m. It is nice to see so many people here. Roll call.
Dr. Arthur?
Here.
Councilmember English?
Here.
Councilmember Gomez?
Here.
Councilmember Vargas?
Here.
President Spinelli?
Here. At this time, we're going to ask the peer leadership program of Johnstone School to come up. They're going to be doing the Pledge of Allegiance, and we thank Brooke Smith, the advisor, for having them here and doing such a fine job with it. Our flag is off to the right here. Very good. Our flags are here. Who's leading us off? Pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Stay right there. Right behind you. Liz, you giving stuff out?
We're going to do the picture.
No, I'm behind them. I don't need to be front. So. They're still going on.
Got gifts and certificates.
What do you got?
Come back. Come back.
Liz.
Thank you. Got it?
Behind you.
You got another bag over there in the box against the wall?
Everybody get a bag. Everybody get a certificate. One more bag. No, you got them all. Everybody's good? Liz?
Thank you again. Thank you again.
Rich?
All right.
Yeah, that was a big one. That was big time.
A lot of kids.
Like, who's taking a picture of this?
Once again, thank you, Johnstone School. We appreciate it. Your activities here with the city.
Public notice of this meeting pursuant to the Open Public Meeting Act has been given on December 11, 2024, as amended by the city clerk in the following manner. Posting written notice on the official bulletin board in the lobby of City Hall, providing written notice to the offices of the Daily Journal, Press of Atlantic City, and Vineland Voice, and filing written notice in the office of the city clerk of the city of Vineland.
Chair will entertain a motion that the minutes of the pre-meeting conference, regular meeting, and closed meeting of September 9th and the work session of September 16th, 2025 be approved as submitted.
So move.
Second.
Any discussion, council? Seeing none.
Yes.
Councilmember English?
Yes.
Councilmember Gomez?
Yes.
Councilmember Vargas?
Yes.
President Spinelli.
Yes. This time we'll open up public comment. Rich?
Public comment provides an opportunity for members of the public to inform the governing body about their views. The governing body prescribes the City Council's bylaws and the New Jersey statutes on open public meetings when engaging during public comment. As such, each individual shall have a 5-minute time limit to comment, cannot yield time to another individual, may only approach the podium once during public comment for any one topic. Vulgar offensive language is prohibited, and the city clerk will not engage in dialogue with the public during this time. The governing body maintains model courtesy and respect and requires the members of the public to do the same.
This time, if anyone in the audience wishes to be heard, please step to the podium, state your name and the municipality where you live. Anyone?
Ms. Williamson, would you like to speak again, or? No. Yes. Would you like to speak again, or no? Yes. You would? Come on up. Yeah, sure. Kathy Williamson.
Hi, I'm back again. As I said earlier, I feel that we, the Vineland African American Community Development Corporation, we're not a favorite to the City Council because we're not a large organization. We're in a building with a nationally known large organization. And I feel like they get more favor than we do. As I said earlier, I got an email saying that some of our time was going to be taken away from us. I have here from the City of Vineland a schedule with the days, the times, and the hours that we're to be in that building. I don't feel that it's fair that time is taken away from us when we can't have any of their time. I don't think that's fair, because where is it that if you're taking 2 hours from us, where are you going to give us those 2 hours back? Then I also have statements from where my president has talked to the mayor. And some of y'all was in those meetings with the mayor when these organizations met. And in the meeting, the mayor said that we're entitled to 2 classrooms. We're entitled to 2 classrooms. Right now, as I said earlier, we're in a room, which I call an office closet. We have no place to store our stuff. No place, because we're in that tiny little office. Our organization is growing. So we need an additional space in that building. I don't see anything wrong with it. They have 95% of the usage and space in that building. 95% of it. We try to put things out, it gets put back. We try to put things out, it gets put back. The other night we was looking for something and we discovered that the janitor's closet had a padlock on it. So we couldn't go in that janitor's closet. So what I explained to the president, what I explained to Mr. Porter and to our advisory board is that we need to, somehow we need to get tables and chairs for things that we have. We have 4 events coming up in the month of October. 4. One of them is going to be outside. 3 are going to be in the building. So now I have to order chairs and tables for our events to happen, because things are being locked up. When I wanted to speak with Mr. Dickerson about some things, because I needed to understand some stuff, and I still haven't had the opportunity to really talk to him about it. But I ended up going out buying our own trash cans, our mops, our buckets, everything, because of the confusion that's going on. So I'm not here to fight with anybody because I'm tired of fighting. I'm not here to do it. All I want to be able to do is take our organization where it needs to go, to be able to handle the people out in the community. Let them know that that building is open in the evening. Let them know that it's accessible to them. Let those kids that's on that street that don't have nowhere to go, let them be able to come into that building and find a sanctuary or find somebody that they can talk to so that if they can't talk to their parent. That's all I want. I'm not here to fight. I'm tired of fighting. I'm tired of it because it appears to me that nothing for us is getting done. Nothing. And we keep fighting. It's like going in a circle. And I'm tired of being in the circle. So I would like to know, something for us. You're taking time. I have letters. I have everything that we have that came from city council to the mayor, city council from VAACDC to Bobby D. that's never been answered. None of them has ever been answered. None of the emails. From our president to Bobby D. has never been answered. So when I called to want to talk to him about whatever I need to talk to him about, I don't get it. But if I call and talk to him about maintenance, something to do with maintenance in that building, he will call me back in a heartbeat. In a heartbeat.
Thank you. Anyone else? Yes, sir. You have? Yes.
My name is Marva Milborn. I live in Vineland here on Myrtle Street, 16 North. I live right there by Sacred Heart Church. I've been living there 45 years. This is my first time coming to city council meeting because I've been trying to get help because my driveway has a hole in it. Now, somebody from the Mason department came over, I think her name was Stephanie, and she looked. I wasn't there, I was at work. But when I called back, she told me that the apron, which is the part where your car go on, is my responsibility. But even the sidewalk is into my blacktop because even that's going in. I got pictures where you can see I got a hole that big in my driveway. If it gets any bigger, a car will literally fall in it. Twice, I've taken my trash out and have fell on my driveway. I'm 70 years old. I've been there 45 years. I talked to Mr. Dickinson, and I'm going to keep coming back because somebody need to help me with my yard. If I need to do it, give me the respect to come out or call me and let me know, say, Miss, you do part and we'll do part. Now, my neighbor said Stephanie's supervisor came with her and looked at my driveway. It's bad. I got pictures of it. You can see it plain as day. Not only me falling, but what if somebody walks down the street and falls? Because the driveway is caving in and the sidewalk is caving in. The sidewalk is black from my blacktop where it's caving in so where it's black now. So it's real bad. And all I just want the respect of somebody to call me, because I did call Mr. Dickinson back, and he said he's working on it, to keep in touch with me. I've been paying taxes 45 years. I need that respect. Call me and let me know what they're going to do. They're going to let it fall in, or they're going to tell me, say, Miss, you do that part and we'll do this part. But do something. It's that bad. If it had been that bad for 45 years, I would have been got it fixed. It just got bad. But during the years, like I used to have oil delivery. Me and the guy, we got into it. Because that big truck, what happened was, prior to that, 5 years before that, I had got some cement work done. And the big truck backed up in my yard, I guess to put the cement back there. And it made a big hole. And me and my neighbors, our driveway is joined together. And you used to see how they laughed at me. The hole that was in the yard from that big truck, because in order to get in my car, I had to step over it with water puddles and stuff like that. But I never got into it with them. Eventually, I got it fixed. I called the cement company, and the guy hung up on me. He didn't want to talk about it. So This was about 4 years ago. I had an oil delivery. And the guy never did it. He took his truck and backed it all the way up in my driveway after I had got that blacktop put on. And I came and I told him, so never do that again. You leave your truck out in the road and pull the rope up and put it in. Because I've had damage, and y'all don't want to talk to me once it gets damaged. Nobody, you hang up on people and talk nasty to them and everything. I'm asking y'all to please talk to somebody and ask them to call me or get in touch with me. Because it made me feel bad. 45 years I've lived in city limits, and my driveway's the only one that got a hole in it like that. Please, whatever y'all can do. I've never met Mr. Dickinson. I'm willing to come meet him here. I didn't want to push it. And I even have family that work here. And they got mad at me. I don't have to involve nobody. I can look y'all in the face, and I can be here every 2 weeks. Because I deserve to get my driveway fixed. Thank you.
Mr. Tanetta, Mr. Dickinson, just look into that, please, and be in touch with the lady. Okay.
I didn't get it. She said Myrtle.
16 North, I think.
Rick will get it. He's getting it.
Thank you. Anyone else? Go ahead, young lady.
Hi, Council. Hi, everyone. My name is Taryn Allison, and I am the unit director for the Carl Arthur Center for the Boys and Girls Club. And I do want to address some things. The VA, sorry, I'm not trying to mess it up. I know you guys are changing it. The reason why we are going through so much turmoil, we have been in that building for 20 years. Boys and Girls Club of Cumberland County has been operating for 21. I have been there for 6. My grandfather was there for 14. We have done a lot of things to keep that building afloat that have come out of our pocket, from janitorial to trash cans. Every table, every desk, every refrigerator, everything in that building has been donated or bought by the Boys and Girls Club of Cumberland County. Atlantic County sheriffs have donated their old desks, which were in great condition. A lot of things have been donated. I take my time to clean those bathrooms. When things go down with the health department, when it's time for the water to be tested, we pay for that. Air quality control, the air quality, we pay for. Soil testing, we pay for. When it comes to keeping that kitchen up and running, we handled it. They don't handle anything. They have events, and I'm glad that their organization is growing. That's a blessing. However, you can't come in and push us out. We are licensed through the state of New Jersey. We have to follow protocol. We cannot mix and mingle our kids. We can't have food stored in the classroom 3, because then we get held liable and penalized for it. Tina Morton in the health department, they come through. Corey, Miss Carolyn Fisher, the state of New Jersey, they're on us constantly because we are a child care facility, because we're after school and we house children. We feed them. You cannot mix outside food with state food. We were gracious enough to give you the office. Then what turned into being just, we only need the gym till from 7 to like 10, turned into now 6 o'clock. Now you're putting me out of the building because I have children whose parents are running behind, which life happens. And now you're putting me out of the building, which is against the state law, because I have to follow protocol, which is contact the emergency contacts, then the parents, then the violent police department, then DCP&P, but you're out there yelling and raging and going on when I'm trying to make peace. You put signs up. We lock our items up because our basketball has been broken. Everything in there has been broken. When it floods, I have to call Harry. I have to get I think it's Pink Piggy or someone to come out. We have to shut the building down. We have to sanitize. Everything the Boys and Girls Club does. And it's unfair to be talked about in the community to people who, where my grandfather's name, my parents' name, and my name, it sits high, and you're sitting here and you're starting petitions with people who you don't realize is related to me. Will Turner, Albert Morgan, Emily Cameron, all of them are my first cousins, and they're trying to ask my parents, what is going on? Why is your daughter being talked about or slandered because another community organization wants to come in? We have to do our job as well as keeping our children safe. We have to have fingerprints, background checks, carry checks, watchdogs. We have to also put up pedophiles because we have children. And we're not a daycare, we're an after-school program. We do mentoring. Some Boys and Girls Clubs in America, they go till 10 o'clock at night to keep these kids off the street. We can't do that because we're out of the building. You cannot commingle per licensing. What do you want us to do? You think I'm being smart or nasty when I'm just doing my job? I didn't go to college and spend 6 years in college to come here and start mess. No, I have a master's. I'm not uneducated. I follow my law. I follow protocol. The Boys and Girls Club has been very quiet, but I'm tired of being railroaded. I'm tired of everyone coming down here to the city council, talking about me, talking about my organization, and making my name bad and railroading us. It's despicable. There's no couth behind it. If you want a building and you're growing, go find a building. Ask the city to say, hey, our organization is moving. Is there anywhere else we can go? They've been here for 20 years. Granted, the building needs work, but who does it? We do. Who pays for it? We do. But we're getting railroaded, and now it's the black community. I am an African-American woman. My parents are African-American. We service minority. Have you not looked at Vineland, the biggest melting pot? But yet, I'm holding the black community back. One of our girls ran for Youth of the Year. Do you know Alexa Lewis was right hand to Miss Kamala Harris? Karan Harris, he's in college. How did he get there? Besides his grades, is the monies that we put up to help him. There is a lot of things we have done in this community.
All right, ma'am, you got to wrap it up.
I'm sorry.
Thank
That's
you.
it. My apologies.
Nice night. Anyone else? Sir?
Good evening, council members. I want to formally introduce myself. I'm Jacoby Lindsay, the founder and executive director of Project Inspiration here in Vineland. Project Inspiration empowers youth, families, and young adults through dynamic STEM education, creativity, and community building. Our motto is we build to inspire, so they're inspired to build. We have different age cohorts. We have our culture bugs from ages 2 to 3 years old, and they play STEM-based art and movement, sensory exploration. We have our art colony from ages 4 to 5. They do creative things through visual arts, music, early literacy, and numeracy. Our visionaries between the ages of 6 to 7, and they do intro to coding, robotics, hygiene awareness, and SEL basics. Our innovators between the ages of 8 to 10, they do robotics, coding, arts, math enrichment, and entrepreneurship. Our Renaissance group, ages 11 to 13, they do videography, graphic design, drama, poetry, game design, and esports. And of course, our high school and young adults between the ages of 14 to 24, they do advanced coding, web development, drone flight, music production, branding, marketing, and promotions through business. They receive certifications. They do internships and business incubators. We also have a whole family approach. Our whole family approach ensures parents, grandparents, and siblings participate alongside the students. We promote wellness through, again, hygiene, SEL, and mental health sessions, while City Connect programs, we hope to bring city officials, teachers, and first responders directly into positive engagement with these families. One of those things includes our new esports league, where we're going to be working with Dr. Ambrose in the Vineland Public Library. And we would like to, for awareness and fundraising, we would like to get our first responders, teachers, and officials and whomever that still enjoy playing video games to come out and bring some awareness to the esports and help raise some additional funding for our young people so we can get them started. Our short-term and long-term impacts are short-term, within a year, improve school attendance, SEL growth, family engagement, neighborhood pride through our mural program, which is something that we would like to also do, create art corridors throughout the city. When people come into our city to visit or come back home, you can ride through these different art corridors that were put together by artists and our young people that actually tell the story of those neighborhoods and the history, the rich history that Vineland has as the melting pot that it is with these different cultures. There's a lot of untold stories that art can tell, and when people come through and they see those vibrant colors, a picture is worth 1,000 words, so those art can tell a great story. How City Council can support, we're looking to ask if you can provide mural wall access and approval through the Art Corridor Initiative, co-sponsor some of our community events and enrichment programs. As I mentioned, participate and lobby for our participation in our Inspiration Esports League along with the youth, which I want to just stop there real quick. So that esports thing is really going to be big because I think with the participation of first responders and city officials like police department, EMS, and teachers, when they get together with these students, these kids, and they're bonding through esports, it allows them to build a connection from their similarities rather than starting to build from their differences. Just sitting here and just, hearing people, try to connect a bond through their differences rather than try to find their similarities, I think that's a long road, but when we start building from our similarities, it's a shorter path. It's the path of least resistance. And I think that if we can get some of these, our city officers side by side with our youth from the city, and they're playing video games, now they look at each other from a point of similarity. And also, or lastly, recognition of Project Inspiration as a vital partner in shaping this city's future. Each one of you guys will receive an email you'll have about tomorrow of all of the attributes of Project Inspiration, the full layout of our programs and initiatives. And again, my name is Jacoby Lindsay from Project Inspiration, and I yield my time.
Thank you very much. Anyone else?
Hi, I'm Leslie Cook, and I am coming to speak on behalf of VAACDC, and actually both, because I have connections to everybody. I try to help out everyone. With that said, I would love to say that the Carl B. Arthur Recreation Center, I didn't know it was privately owned. I thought it was a public.
It is, the city owns it.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry, I didn't understand that. So I misunderstood. I was like, wait, I thought it was public. Okay. I have been blessed that I've been able to work with multiple of the organizations that have used that center. And I find that it is very a great place for the youth, as well as for all the different places that we have, right? So I would like to point out how the VAACDC has helped me to be able to give back to the community by letting me use the place for different events that I had myself. Like I'm doing a photography class where I can teach people how to do selfies. So when they need to take a business photo, get a professional business photo, they can go and be able to do one without having to go pay, $50, $60 for it. Another thing is we're doing the toy drives, and last year we were able to help out a lot of children that way. And that, both me and Kathy, we were able to help like 40 families, 50 families. So, and they were able to come in and get 5 toys each. And plus, like I had little stocking stuffers. Sorry, I'm not good at talking in front of people, so I'm gonna stutter. But with that said, I do not have any hard grievances against anybody else in that building and everything. I just do appreciate that we are able to use it and to do the things that we need to do, but we are limited, obviously. There are times that it would be helpful, but I understand the Boys and Girls Club's situation where they have their rules and regulations that they have to go through. The only problem is that I can see with it is if it's a city-owned building, I'm not sure if I understand how it can't be used by the public, other parts of public, as much, as they should be able to use it. Like, it should be available to the public constantly. It shouldn't be limited amount of time. Not just the VAACDC. I'm not even saying that. I'm saying, if kids want to do stuff in there, and it should be kept up by the city, no offense, if it's city-owned. I don't believe that they should be paying all the bills for it either. So with that said, I would like to understand that a little bit better, I guess. Why it's not a more public place. It's kind of going to this one specific organization or even the 2 organizations, and that we're not able to make it so it's more accessible to the public. Because there are a lot of people that could use it, be able to help kids and adults alike. So that's all.
Thank you.
Thank you, and have a great day.
You too.
Good evening, everyone. How's everybody doing today?
Great.
Thank you.
All right. So let's try to lighten up this mood a little bit. I have, on a positive note, it's about the same area, though. All right, so my name is Jeff Lindsay.
Jeff Lindsay?
Yes.
Thank you.
So to begin, the area that we're talking about, which is 4th Street, where the Call Office Center is located, this area wasn't community friendly, let's put it like that. So I took it upon myself, me and some other people that live in that community, to start making it community friendly, okay? So now that it's community friendly, kids actually can come play in the playground. People can actually come outside in their, where they live, barbecue, live a normal life, and don't have to feel like they're hostages inside their own, where they live at in their own community. So, but it just wasn't me, it took the whole community to do this. And guess what? We did this all together. And this is some of the things that are not being talked about or being explained. Now, what's going on with the Call Office Center, to me, is sad just because we're all sitting here talking about the kids, but the only people that are going to lose with this is the kids, right? So if we really want to think about the kids, we have to put some of our differences aside and do it for the kids. Now, everyone may have great points, and everybody may have some great things that they want to be changed, right? But it's not what you do, it's how we do it. So if we really want to bring about change, we have to change within ourselves too, right? We can't ask the kids for unity, and it looks like the people that are trying to help can't unify. So it's looking like, well, what are you guys doing? You guys, like she said, she has a master's degree. You see what I'm saying? But we need master degrees in community. They don't really teach classes how to deal with the community or to deal with people that are suffering, because a lot of people where we come from are suffering. So we started something called Strip Summer this summer, which went off well. Now, is it perfect? No. Is there some things we can fine tune? Yes. But we're heading in a positive direction. So I just think if the VC, the Boys and Girls Club, if they just sit down and just come together and think about the kids, like my cousin said, what brings us together? So we all want to help the kids, So let's help the kids. So if it takes, and this is for any of you guys, if there's anything in the building, because I know everybody here, if there's anything in the building that's out of whack or out of place, I mean, I'm accessible to everybody. Say, Jeff, got a couple guys that can help clean this out or clean this up. We'd be willing to do it. Why? Because we want the peace and we want the energy. Remember, it's all about energy. You could come to work or come anywhere with the right energy, but if it's a lot of negative energy, you're either going to have to remove yourself from the situation or you're going to be part of the negative energy. And I don't think it's fair to city council, in my opinion, to sit here and try to like monitor like we're babysitting grown adults, especially if we're saying we are the community activists and we're trying to bring about change in communities. Now, moving forward to back to the real, what I'm saying that has substance. The substance is we have done something historical and violent, and I'm not going to let anyone or anything try to, damper that out. I just told you guys, it was not community friendly. This is something the police department, no disrespect to them, remember, they just want to lock them up. We're cleaning it up. Let's clean it up first before we lock people up. See? So we went with that mentality of the cleanup. And guess what? It's working. We're getting guys that wasn't community friendly, now they're being community friendly. We're getting guys that maybe were throwing trash down, now they're picking the trash up. You guys just invested a lot of money into that area, right? Porta potties, all the renovations you did to the swimming pool, right? So you don't want to see this stuff go down the drain. You don't want to see graffiti and all this stuff going on out there, but also you guys are living somewhere else, right? So at the end of the day, it's up to the people that we live out there to uphold the integrity of our community. So now when you come around our area, we have integrity out there. We want our kids to really learn because our kids are suffering. So take this in mind, Boys and Girls Club VCA say, as long as we sit here and argue, the kids lose. Now, to get back to what I'm saying, I would like for the city council, my cousin has a proposal for you guys, where we would like for you guys to come out and see for yourself the change of how Carver Village has changed, what they call Sunnyside now, and our whole area has been gentrified with words and terminology you guys would say, but it took the community to do this. It didn't take the mayor, it didn't take the police, it didn't take the lockup, it took the cleanup. All right, and thank you for my time.
Thank you.
You have a nice one.
Anyone else? Yes, sir.
Good evening. My name is Karan Harris. And I would just like to start off by saying, truthfully, honestly, this is all very sad. This is all very disappointing. This is very heartbreaking. Because I've been with the Boys and Girls Club for 9 years now, 2-time Youth of the Year winner, 3-time Youth of the Year participant. I also used to work with the VAA CDC. But one thing I can truly say, we are both community impacted programs. And I don't see no reason why we all can't get along. Truthfully, now that I'm a senior counselor, I would love for all of us to get together, but there are some rules that have to be set in place. I know for myself, with my classroom, which the VAA CDC does use, which is room 3, they leave it messy. They leave it trashy. Tables aren't put back right, chairs aren't put back right, trash is all over the floor, everything is being moved around. Especially, we have younger kids there too, and I remember years ago before they even came, we used to be able to stay until 6:30, have fun, do things on the weekends. Now, we have to be out before 6 o'clock. Now we have no space to even try to do something on the weekends. And okay, yes, if you want us out by 6 o'clock, that's perfectly fine, but there's a way you have to do it. It has been very, very disrespectful by the way that they have talked to some of the staff, the way that they have talked to the boss, the way that they said that they had to get out of the building, even though children were still there. My question is, are you really, really for the youth? How are you going to put youth out the building when their parents aren't there? How are you going to put youth out the building when we're supposed to be lifting them up and encouraging them? I know for me, I used to struggle with anger issues when I was younger. If it wasn't for the Boys and Girls Club, I promise you I would not be in college. I would not be where I was today. They have helped me out a whole lot. And like my boss said, we've been there for 20 years now. And for them to try to put us out the building, it's very sad. And I'm not trying to bring religion into this because I'm a minister in training. But I remember a scripture that says, when brethren dwell together. And that's what it's time for us to truly do. We need to honestly dwell together because we all go to church. VAA, CDC, Boys and Girls Club, we are all religious bound. So we need to honestly stand to those morals. We need to honestly stand to those principles, what the Bible talks about. It's time for us to honestly stick together. If there's confusion, there's a certain way that it needs to go about. Not yelling, not screaming, not nasty talking, not cops having to be called. We are both community centers for the youth. And at the end of the day, like it has been said, the youth is the ones that are going to be impacted by this. Whether it's a good impact or a bad impact. We have lost some youth because of the VAA CDC. We had parents tell us, oh yeah, they said that, da-da-da-da-da. They said this, that, and the third, and stop bringing their children there. When they don't have, truthfully, the both sides of the story. So what needs to be done is some type of solution where we can continue to keep our programs going. They can continue to keep their program going, even if it has to be at another spot, because truthfully, we were there first. And as long as I've been there for my 9 years, I can't ever remember it being problem after problem after problem after problem with the Boys and Girls Club in that Carl Arthur building. I want you to truly think, this is a building named after somebody that made an impact in this community. If he was still here living, would he be truly, truly satisfied? Or would he be heartbroken? Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else? Good evening.
My name is Miss Joyce Nutt. I'm
Speak
here.
into, Mike, ma'am, speak into the mic so you can pick it up. Thank you.
My name is Joyce Nutt, Joycenutt. I'm here to support the Boys and Girls Club. I don't understand, as Karan said, but we cannot get along. But the Boys and Girls Club has been there over 20 years, I think. And I've never heard of a problem like this where they want to get somebody out. The VACD, I'm in that organization. I think we should be able to get along. The Boys and Girls Club is supporting kids, and I support the youth, all kids, all races. It doesn't make me any different. But I don't think it's right that they want to take the building. It's plenty empty buildings in Vineland. Why they can't go and try to get a building somewhere else instead of taking over the Boys and Girls Club? Every year, it'll be getting bigger and bigger for the Boys and Girls Club. The parents that bring their children there, they need a job. The kids need a place to come after school to be safe. Our kids have to be safe. They have to have somewhere to come to be safe. So I don't know why we just can't get along. This should never have came to head. We should have got together with the VACD and talked this thing over. I don't think it's right that it had to be all this commotion in it. I heard it had been to court and all this stuff. The police had to come in. That's not necessary. That didn't have to be. We could come together and talk it over. So I just say, I don't think it's right that they want the building now. It's plenty empty buildings in Vineland. They can get another building somewhere else. They got a big organization, let them get a building somewhere else. That's all I got to say.
Thank you, ma'am.
With all due respect to the people that's been there at the Boys and Girls Club for the amount of years that they've been there, And I'm just saying this because, I was born in that neighborhood, I grew up around there, and, the years you've been there, yes, but the generations the people that are fighting to try to be there, we're talking about generations in family history. And I saw the impact of ever since I moved back home from Miami, I saw the impact that's been going on within the neighborhood, too, in the neighborhood and then in the building, right? Because I know Chris, we were on the Tri-County board together. When it comes to people, right, in the community, it's about, one of the things that I learned is about who you listen to. Who are you listening to? Right? Because who you listen to determines on what it is that you actually gain and can add into your life. With these young people and these people within the community, who do they listen to? People from the community that look like them, that they know, generation-wise. They know their mom, they know their grandma, they know their grandparents, they know their cousins, their aunts, their uncles, all the way down the line. I know this summer I've been to a lot of events and things within the community. And, again, with all due respect to the Boys and Girls Club, the events in the community that I've seen that's been impactful was via ADC. And that's just on what I've seen, you know what I mean? But again, one thing I also know, I know the Boys and Girls Club they have other building, so if it's about tug of war with a building, then it's simple that I believe is actually getting, expanded upon, if I'm not mistaken. But if the people in the community do have measurable impact, then I think they should continue on, because they're dealing with people, that are them, or families that they've been dealing with. And all I know is I know, there's another building on Crystal Avenue that the Boys and Girls are at, because whenever I had to go meet with Chris, that's where I met them at the one on Crystal Avenue. So I don't understand why the one on 3rd Street is, the tug of war match. And I know that, the numbers, aren't really there like that either, because I've been in there, I've seen it, so I know what's going on. But again, I just needed to say that because, just watching it, it's like a tug of war over a building that isn't even reaching the numbers that it needs to, and neither is the one that's already been expanded on.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Lindsay. Anyone else?
Mm-hmm.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Betty Maven, I work there as a food service worker. I do the meal times and things. And a lot of problems we have, such as the food in the classrooms, that they felt like they didn't have to tell anybody, but we get cited for that. Not only by the county or Vineland, we get cited by the state of New Jersey. And that lady don't play. One time she was there and I happened to hear her say, "I'll close you down today." So why should we get in trouble for their food that they put in our classroom? We moved it and we covered it. I was there when it was moved and we covered it. We didn't leave it uncovered. We took it back in the back and covered it. They could have left it. You know what they did? Came in and did it again. It's things like that. A lot of things that they might not understand that we do, we have to do, because we are governed not only by the city, by the county, and the state of New Jersey. They really should know some things before they do some things, because it's not about spite, because it's nice that they have the group that they have at night. A lot of people that come in and do our program, they look at the table where they have the papers, and they say, "Oh, this is nice." And I say, "Yes, that's the club that comes in at night. You would have to talk to them, but they have nice programs." Never down there, never down them, because anything that's for the youth is good. Anything that's for them is good. I don't care what group it is. If it's good for them, they should have it. But don't down us just because we don't do things the way you want us to, because we don't have no choice. It's not personal. It's not personal, and I would appreciate it if they moved that food out of that classroom.
Thank you.
That's it.
Thank you.
Anyone else? Okay.
Good evening, everyone.
Good
My
evening.
name is Wendy Lopez. I'm North 3rd Street. I'm the community leader for that area for 20 years. I've been living in my area for 36 in my house. So I was the person to be half crazy. I went to the Citizen Club. Okay? They offered me to be president and be part of them. And it was a big problem, a big one. Drugs, alcoholic, pokers, and everything. That time, talking about a long time. So they jumping in my house too. People wanted to have different issues. So my main concern, I see the difference that I need to clear that area. I was the person, I went to everybody's door in my area, including the Boys and Girls Club. I did the first beauty pageant with them and a fashion show. My main concern that I was caring for the children and for my people that was living around my area. I said, this is me, I know you don't know me, and I was the person who created Neighborhood Day. And it was like 300 people in my area. And that day, Saturday, I said, let's get to it. I went to the houses, talked to the parent. Would you like to do a fashion show with your child? To make the difference in our area, because it was really bad, really bad. And that time, it was somebody killed Anthony, and there was a plaque, and it was a lot of issues. And I went to each house, and I knocked on the door. I said, my name is such and such, and I want to make a difference. So how are we going to make the difference? Unity. If we unite the Boys and Girls Club and the BDC, I work there now doing classes for ESL and also citizenship for anybody who wants to be a United States citizen. I do my free time. I don't have to do it, but I care for my neighborhood. I came here with the point with the houses. I went to you guys too. And I brought the people and they say, you want to be shine? Let's get shine. Because the better you shine, the better is your community. It works like that. But we need to have communication both sides. Like the lady said, Miss Betty, we need to sit down, both areas, and myself too, because I live in there. And my club, I adopted the 3rd Street, the name Sol Borincano. And what I do, I work with the youth. And every year, what I do, I close the street, and I pick, along with my neighborhood, I pick the outstanding student. I gave free. I want to talk to you. Would you like to help? And let's get a team. And that's what I create, the Neighborhood Day. We're going to have 20 years next year. And with God's will, first God, we're going to celebrate because it's a unity for our group and everybody around the area. So we shine, you guys shine. And the main thing that I'm here is because I went to Miss Elizabeth and different people that I would like to have a meeting because in our area is a park. They have a park, St. Clark Park. It's nice to have now they have like a wheel for the kids to play. Before it was nothing, it was trashy. I created a baseball team with my neighbor's kids. And it was grown now. The kids, they're out. Our kids, for our group, they was the first kid to have the scholarship in here in Vineland, $20,000. What happened to my kid? My kid got the $20,000. He went to Arkansas. He did really well. He finished. He did welding. He went to New York. Okay, New York. He working under the scuba team. Finished that. He came back to Vineland with his family. We celebrate the accomplished to the end that everything was good. Today's day, my kid, I call my kid, he's in a nuclear plant in Salem. I got 2 police officers in the courthouse. I got an account person. And also I got a little kid as an artist now that he's gonna be celebrating the gallery in Bristol. There will be accomplishing the job at the age of 9 years old. So my main concern
Wrap
is
it up,
bring
please.
the kid, I'm sorry, I'm gonna be
Time's
faster.
out. You have to wrap it up.
Yes, I'm gonna wrap it up. So what I would like to have is a mural they have into that area that is dirty, empty. I have a lady that he wants to do a mural and tell her about the outstanding students.
You would have to bring that to recreation because they control
Right,
the.
that's the reason that I want to keep. But I want unity in both areas, in the Boys and Girls Club and the BVDD. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
God bless.
A lot of good things have been said tonight. The most important is our youth are the most important thing. And the reality of it is, Mr. Porter, I'll give you a second. You got up a little late there. But the most important thing, this young man, Mr. Harris, the adults got to figure it out. The kids get along. The adults have to figure it out. And I've said this in youth sports as when I coached, the adults ruined it for the kids because they couldn't get along. So the kids suffered. And that's what's going to happen here if the adults continue to do it. Mr. Porter. Good evening.
Just want to walk you.
Anyway, just
Albert
officially,
Porter.
Albert, thank you.
The Carvey Arthur Recreation Center, keep in mind, Recreation Center. We, Elizabeth, Dr. Arthur and myself, attended New Bethel AME Church. My pastor was Evelyn Booz. She was a part of the Carvey Arthur Recreation Center in terms of having 2 classrooms, and the Boys and Girls Club had 2 classrooms. My pastor shared with me, and Dr. Arthur and I had this conversation too, that during COVID, her 2 classrooms were taken over by the Boys and Girls Club. She came over to the center, talked to Chris about it, told him how she felt, and packed her stuff up and left. I said before, she should have never left. You shouldn't take over 2 classrooms during COVID that belong to another organization. So that went by. Then we had a discussion, Dr. Arthur and I, about the availability since Pastor had left. So we did talk to the city. The city blessed us with coming into the facility. We had a great meeting with Chris, Reverend Wade Gaylord, and Rosier. Great meeting. Great meeting. The meeting was very, very friendly. We talked about everything. The issue came up, do we want a classroom, VACDC, or the office? And the question that Anthony Scott, myself, and Merlin Beck-Timmer said to Chris, if we took the office, will we have accessibility to the classroom? He said, sure. So we took the office because we knew that the classrooms would be available. Had a great meeting. So then we had a Zoom call later on about something else. And we talked about the building, we talked about the kitchen in terms of the cabinets, the walls and stuff like that. And we agreed, the 4 of us, that we, in the kitchen, we'll have the cabinets near the other end. They will have the cabinets near the refrigerator that belongs to the Boys and Girls Club. We would have this left side of the wall in the recreation center, which they would have the right side of the wall. The wall up front, we would split in half. And we began to do that. Great time. When we had events, I personally asked Chris to come to our banquet. I asked Ethel and I used to be real tight. I asked Ethel and Claudia. So they had other things to do, so that didn't stop us and stuff like that. So in reference to it getting out of hand, yes, it did. We had a meeting with the mayor, Dr. Arthur, Paul Spinelli, Merlin, and Reverend Scott led the meeting. with the mayor. We told the mayor what was going on. The mayor said, we asked him, could we have 2 classrooms? The mayor said, yes, you can have 2 classrooms. All right? That never came to fruition. And that's why some of the frustration is in here, per se. So the mayor said yes, it was never executed. And we keep coming back about this, what the meeting was held in the mayor's office. There's a young lady named Ella Borkin that was, they ran Visions of Hope when they took over the 2 classrooms. Ella was on her deathbed. Ella wanted to come to that meeting. I said, and Bobby D and Dr. Arthur and Paul can vouch for this. I said to the mayor, Ella wanted to be here. She'll tell you what happened when she ran Visions of Hope with Boys and Girls Club, all right? And that invitation, and Dr. Arthur was witness that, she told me the same thing she told Dr. Arthur, all right? So in reference to working together, you know, we have things that we put in the building, per se. We don't want anyone touching those things. Paul Spinelli came down this weekend, Dr. Arthur, the prosecutor, and other folks came down this weekend, and Paul said, give me a tour of the facility. We took the tour of the facility. We discovered a bathroom that we didn't know it even exists in a classroom. It was filled with storage stuff. Storage stuff, all right? All we asking for is 2 classrooms. All we asking for is what the mayor said in his office on the 6th floor that we can have. We didn't ask for the total building. We just wanted respect. If you're talking about the prime time when kids are out of school, it's the time that we are not in the building. How many parents are going to send their kids out at 6 or 7 o'clock in the evening to come to a program? We do have the Black and Latino male. We do invite people to come from all over the place, but we're not going to sit and just say that, hey, we're going to take the burden of the blame. All right.
Howard, you're timed out. Thank you. Nobody can come back up as the rules. You cannot come back up and talk about the same things. I'm sorry.
No, I didn't want to talk about anything. I wanted to give this to you guys.
Oh, you can give that. You can give that to the clerk. Go ahead.
My name is Dr. Elizabeth Arthur. Carl Arthur was my father-in-law. And yes, Karan, he would be very upset to see what's going on here today. I talked to Chris Volker. I asked him if there was any way we could get together and talk this over and settle whatever the differences are. We are adults, as Karan said. There is no reason why 2 programs cannot exist in that building with some civility. It did when Visions of Hope was there, and Mrs. Boykin really stepped to Chris a few times. There were challenges. It was not always easy, but they got along. I don't see that here today. And if there's anything that can be done, I wish it would be done. Otherwise, I would say vacate the building, bring it back under recreation, and I have said this to the mayor before, and everybody will have to be scheduled to go in that building from that point on. There is no reason to have this kind of animosity in this room today. God knows Pastor Booz would just, I'm sure, turning over in her grave, because her passion was to have that be a safe haven for children, to help them with after-school, with their homework, or help them improve their abilities in school. And we had multiple teachers there, certified teachers that help children. So if there's anything that can be done, I know it's challenging, but we should take the opportunity now to sit down at the table and be civil with one another and really occupy that building together. Because, and I said to Chris, your program complements Mr. Porter's program. You're servicing the children, and he has the adults. There is no reason why this should be happening. That's all I have to say. Carl Arthur, I'm sure, is turning over in his grave as well.
Thank you, Doctor. All right, we are going to end the public portion at this time. Thank you, everybody, for your participation. You were invited to stay. We do make public comment at the end.
Okay. President, I present ordinance number 2025-60, ordinance authorizing the execution of a contract of sale and other documents necessary for the acquisition of certain property in the city of Vineland from 621 Elmer LLC, known as Block 4007, Lot 4 on the tax map of the city of Vineland, which is ready for a public hearing.
Chair, I entertain a motion that ordinance number 2025-60 be taken up for public hearing and open to the public for discussion.
So move.
Second.
Dr. Arthur?
Yes.
Councilmember English?
Yes.
Councilmember Gomez?
Yes.
Councilmember Vargas?
Yes.
President Spinelli?
Yes. Does anyone in the audience like to be heard on ordinance number 2025-60?
60.
Seeing none. Chair, I entertain a motion the public hearing on ordinance number 2025-60 be closed.
So move.
Second.
Dr. Arthur?
Yes.
Councilmember English?
Yes.
Councilmember Gomez?
Yes.
Councilmember Vargas?
Yes.
President Spinelli?
Yes, Chair, I entertain a motion that ordinance number 2025-60 be taken up for final reading and adopted according to law.
So move.
Second.
Discussion by council. Seeing none.
Dr. Arthur?
Yes.
Councilmember English?
Yes.
Councilmember Gomez?
Yes.
Councilmember Vargas? President Spinelli?
Yes.
Ordinance number 2025-60, ordinance authorizing the execution of a contract of sale and other documents necessary for the acquisition of certain property in the city of Vineland from 621 Elmer LLC, known as Block 4007, Lot 4 on the tax map of the city of Vineland. With a vote of 5 yeas, this ordinance is hereby adopted.
Mr. Franchetta, please submit ordinance number 2025-60 to the mayor for his approval or disapproval.
Yes.
Thank you.
I present ordinance 2025-61, ordinance authorizing the execution of a contract of sale and other documents necessary for the acquisition of certain property in the city of Vineland known as 1462 Almond Road, Block 2101, Lot 57 on the tax map of the city of Vineland, which is ready for a public hearing.
Chair entertains a motion that ordinance number 2025-61 be taken up for public hearing and open to the public for discussion.
So move.
Second.
Dr. Arthur?
Yes.
Councilmember English?
Yes.
Councilmember Gomez?
Yes.
Councilmember Vargas?
Yes.
President Spinelli?
Yes. Is there anyone in the audience who wishes to be heard on ordinance number 2025-61? Seeing no one, Chair will entertain a motion the public hearing on ordinance number 2025-61 be closed.
So move.
Second.
Dr. Arthur?
Yes.
Councilmember English?
Yes.
Councilmember Gomez?
Yes.
Councilmember Vargas?
Yes.
President Spinelli?
Yes. Chair will entertain a motion the ordinance number 2025-61 be taken up for final reading and adopted according to law.
So move.
Second.
Discussion by council. Seeing none.
Dr. Arthur?
Yes.
Councilmember English?
Yes.
Councilmember Gomez?
Yes.
Councilmember Vargas?
Yes.
President Spinelli?
Yes.
Ordinance 2025-61, ordinance authorizing the execution of a contract of sale and other documents necessary for the acquisition of certain property in the city of Vineland known as 1462 Almond Road, Block 2101, Lot 57 on the tax map of the city of Vineland. With a vote of 5 yeas, this ordinance is hereby adopted.
Franchetta, please submit ordinance number 2025-61 to the mayor for his approval or disapproval.
Yes.
Thank you.
Present ordinance number 2025-62, an ordinance rescinding ordinance number 2025-43 and amending ordinance number 2001-2 to allow for up to 5 additional 5-year renewal terms for an existing cell tower lease between the city and Sprint Spectrum Realty Company, LLC, successor in interest to Sprint Spectrum LP, for space on a municipal water tower located at 382 West Butler Avenue, which is ready for a public hearing.
Chair, I entertain a motion that ordinance number 2025-62 be taken up for public hearing and open to the public for discussion.
So move.
Second.
Dr. Arthur?
Yes.
Councilmember English?
Yes.
Councilmember Gomez?
Yes.
Councilmember Vargas? President Spinelli?
Yes. Is there anyone in the audience who would like to be heard on ordinance number 2025-62? Seeing none, Chair will entertain a motion the public hearing on ordinance number 2025-62 be closed.
So move.
Second.
Dr. Arthur?
Yes.
Councilmember Gomez?
Yes.
Excuse me. Councilmember English?
Gerbil, yes.
Councilmember Gomez?
Yes.
Councilmember Vargas?
Yes.
President Spinelli?
Yes, everything's a test. Everything's a test. Chair will entertain a motion that ordinance number 2025-62 be taken up for a final reading and adopted according to law.
So move.
Second.
Discussion by council. Seeing none.
Dr. Arthur?
Yes.
Councilmember English?
Yes.
Councilmember Gomez?
Yes.
Councilmember Vargas?
Yes.
President Spinelli?
Yes.
Ordinance number 2025-62, an ordinance rescinding ordinance number 2025-43 and amending ordinance number 2001-2 to allow for up to 5 additional 5-year renewal terms for an existing cell tower lease between the city and Sprint Spectrum Realty Company, LLC, successor in interest to Sprint Spectrum LP for space on a municipal water tower located at 382 West Butler Avenue. With a vote of 5 yeas, this ordinance is hereby adopted.
Mr. Franchetta, please submit ordinance number 2025-62 to the mayor for his approval or disapproval.
Yes.
Thank you.
Present ordinance number 2025-63, an ordinance amending ordinance number 2002-33 to allow for up to 5 additional 5-year renewal terms for an existing cell tower lease between the city and T-Mobile Northeast LLC, successor in interest to Omnipoint Communications Enterprises LP, a Delaware limited partnership for space on a municipal water tower located at 2245 Magnolia Road.
Chair will entertain a motion that ordinance number 2025-63 be taken up for public hearing and open to the public for discussion.
So move.
Second.
Dr. Arthur?
Yes.
Councilmember English?
Yes.
Vice President Gomez?
Yes.
Councilmember Vargas?
Yes.
President Spinelli?
Yes. Does anyone in the audience who would like to be heard on ordinance number 2025-63? Seeing no one, Chair will entertain a motion, public hearing on ordinance number 2025-63 be closed.
Second.
Dr. Arthur?
Yes.
Councilmember English?
Yes.
Vice President Gomez?
Yes.
Councilmember Vargas? President Spinelli?
Yes. Chair will entertain a motion that ordinance number 2025-63 be taken up for final reading and adopted according to law.
So move.
Second.
Discussion? Seeing none?
Dr. Arthur?
Yes.
Councilmember English?
Yes.
Vice President Gomez?
Yes.
Councilmember Vargas?
Yes.
President Spinelli?
Yes.
Ordinance number 2025-63, an ordinance amending ordinance number 2002-33 to allow up to 5-year additional 5-year renewal terms for an existing cell tower lease between the city and T-Mobile Northeast LLC, successor in interest to Omnipoint Communications Enterprises LP, a Delaware limited partnership for space on a municipal water tower located at 2245 Magnolia Road. With a vote of 5 yeas, this ordinance is hereby adopted.
Mr. Franchetta, please submit ordinance number 2025-63 to the mayor for his approval or disapproval.
Yes.
Thank you.
Present ordinance 2025-64, ordinance amending ordinance 2005-32 as amended, Chapter 676, Article 2, Section 676-12, entitled VDID, City-Sponsored Events, which is ready for a public hearing.
Chair will entertain a motion that ordinance number 2025-64 be taken up for public hearing and open to the public for discussion.
So move.
Second.
Dr. Arthur?
Yes.
Councilmember English?
Yes.
Vice President Gomez?
Yes.
Councilmember Vargas?
Yes.
President Spinelli?
Yes. Is there anyone in the audience who would like to be heard on ordinance number 2025-64? Seeing no one, the chair will entertain a motion the public hearing on ordinance number 2025-64 be closed.
So move.
Second.
Dr. Arthur?
Yes.
Councilmember English?
Yes.
Vice President Gomez?
Yes.
Councilmember Vargas?
Yes.
President Spinelli?
Yes. Chair will entertain a motion ordinance number 2025-64 be taken up for final reading and adopted according to law.
So move.
Second.
Discussion? Seeing none?
Dr. Arthur?
Yes.
Councilmember English?
Yes.
Vice President Gomez?
Yes.
Councilmember Vargas?
Yes.
President Spinelli?
Yes.
Ordinance 2025-64, ordinance amending ordinance 2005-32 as amended, Chapter 676, Article 2, Section 676-12, entitled VDID, City-Sponsored Events. With a vote of 5 yeas, this ordinance is hereby adopted.
Mr. Franchetta, please submit ordinance number 2025-64 to the mayor for his approval or disapproval.
Yes.
Thank you.
I present ordinance number 2025-65, ordinance amending ordinance 2023-7 as amended, Chapter 358, Section 358-6 of the Code of the City of Vineland, entitled Firearms Permits, which is ready for a public hearing.
Chair, I'll entertain a motion the ordinance number 2025-65 be taken up for public hearing and open to the public for discussion.
So move.
Second.
Dr. Arthur?
Yes.
Councilmember English?
Yes.
Vice President Gomez?
Yes.
Councilmember Vargas?
Yes.
President Spinelli?
Yes. Is there anyone in the audience who would like to be heard on ordinance number 2025-65? Seeing no one, Chair will entertain a motion the public hearing on ordinance number 2025-65 be closed.
So move.
Second.
Dr. Arthur?
Yes.
Councilmember English?
Yes.
Vice President Gomez?
Yes.
Councilmember Vargas?
Yes.
President Spinelli?
Yes. Chair will entertain a motion ordinance number 2025-65 be taken up for final reading and adopted according to law.
So move.
Second.
Discussion by council? Seeing none.
Dr. Arthur?
Yes.
Councilmember English?
Yes.
Vice President Gomez?
Yes.
Councilmember Vargas?
Yes.
President Spinelli?
Yes.
Ordinance number 2025-65, ordinance amending ordinance 2023-07 as amended, Chapter 358, Section 358-6 of the Code of the City of Vineland entitled Firearms Permits. With a vote of 5 yeas, this ordinance is hereby adopted.
Franchetta, please submit ordinance number 2025-65 for the mayor, to the mayor for his approval with disapproval.
Yes.
Thank you.
I present ordinance number 2025-66, which is ready for a first reading.
Chair entertains a motion that ordinance number 2025-66 be taken up for first reading.
So move.
Second.
Dr. Arthur?
Yes.
Councilmember English?
Yes.
Vice President Gomez?
Yes.
Councilmember Vargas?
Yes.
President Spinelli?
Yes.
Ordinance 2025-66, an ordinance to amend and supplement ordinance number 8, which revised the classification and compensation plans for the City of Vineland, city engineer, and supervising engineer.
Chair will entertain a motion that ordinance number 2025-66 be passed for first reading, that a public hearing be held on Tuesday, October 14th, 2025, at 5:30 p.m.
So move.
Second.
Discussion? Seeing none.
Dr. Arthur?
Yes.
Councilmember English?
Yes.
Vice President Gomez?
Yes.
Councilmember Vargas?
Yes.
President Spinelli?
Yes.
I present ordinance number 2025-67, which is ready for a first reading.
Chair will entertain a motion that ordinance number 2025-67 be taken up for first reading.
So move.
Second.
Dr. Arthur?
Yes.
Councilmember English?
Yes.
Vice President Gomez?
Yes.
Councilmember Vargas?
Yes.
President Spinelli?
Yes.
Ordinance 2025-67, ordinance authorizing the execution of a contract of sale and other documents necessary for the acquisition of certain property in the City of Vineland known as Block 2201, Lot 64, 34 West Park Avenue rear, and Block 2201, Lot 62, Amos Avenue.
Chair entertains a motion that ordinance number 2025-67 be passed for first reading, that a public hearing be held on Tuesday, October 14th, 2025, 5:30 p.m.
So move.
Second.
Discussion? Seeing none.
Dr. Arthur?
Yes.
Councilmember English?
Yes.
Vice President Gomez?
Yes.
Councilmember Vargas?
Yes.
President Spinelli?
Yes.
Present ordinance number 2025-68, which is ready for a first reading.
Chair entertains a motion that ordinance number 2025-68 be taken up for first reading.
So move.
Second.
Dr. Arthur?
Yes.
Councilmember English?
Yes.
Vice President Gomez?
Yes.
Councilmember Vargas?
Yes.
President Spinelli?
Yes.
Ordinance 2025-68, an ordinance to amend and supplement ordinance number 8, which revised the classification and compensation plans for the City of Vineland account clerk.
Chair entertain a motion that ordinance number 2025-67 be passed for first reading, that a public hearing be held on Tuesday, October 14th, 2025, 5:30 p.m.
So move.
Second.
Discussion by council? Seeing none.
Dr. Arthur?
Yes.
Councilmember English?
Yes.
Vice President Gomez?
Yes.
Councilmember Vargas?
Yes.
President Spinelli?
Yes.
City Council has approved the following matters listed in the consent agenda are considered to be routine and non-controversial and will be adopted by one motion. There will be no separate discussion on these items unless a council member so requests, in which case the item will be removed and considered with an individual vote. All matters on the consent agenda have been presented to the City Council during either the work session or the pre-meeting conference and appear on the consent agenda without objection. Their titles will not be read individually into the record, but will be properly memorialized in the meeting minutes.
Chair entertains a motion to approve all items on the consent agenda.
So move.
Second.
Dr. Arthur?
Yes.
Councilmember English?
Yes.
Vice President Gomez?
Yes.
Councilmember Vargas?
Yes.
President Spinelli?
Yes. At this time, we'll have council members have the privilege of the floor. Dr. Arthur?
I want to say thank you to the Johnstone students for coming tonight to lead us the Pledge of Allegiance, and also to remind you, our next meeting, we have a Board of Health meeting coming up. And thank you to those who came out in the community as well. That's it.
Mr. Vargas?
Yes, thank you. Again, I'd like to thank everyone for coming out tonight. As I said about 2 years ago, that I would like to see these two organizations come to city, the recreation department, so we could decide their faith in the future. Because I believe that these both organizations mean well for our kids. again, it was said about adults going back and forth, and somebody had mentioned it's about the kids. And people that know me, that I've been involved with the kids for many, many years, they come first with everything. So if we continue being in these organizations as leaders, you have to act like leaders. So with that said, I hope that the city does decide that it'll be taken and moved to recreation so we could decide. You may not like what we decide, okay? Just want to let you guys know that, because we're going to be fair. And sometimes not everybody's going to agree what we have to say. So with that said, again, thank you. And again, the children come first. Thank you.
English?
Yes. First and foremost, we always say it's about the youth. We started the night with the flag salute, and that is really what we're about. We pledge the allegiance to the flag. We hear our youth lead it, and that is our future. I started writing a lot of things down. I have the utmost respect for the woman to the right of me over here, Dr. Arthur. As she spoke, I could feel disappointment, a lot of hurt, and some anger. And anyone that knows that woman, there's nothing but fairness that comes out of that voice. They've played the game a lot longer than Mr. Gomez and myself. They know the history a little bit more. So it shouldn't be personal. And that's what I feel. I see a divided room. For those of you who don't know me, I sat on the Vineland Board of Education because I believed in the youth. Spent 12 years doing it. I look at Coop out there. The way we used to handle things the old way, we sat down face to face. It wasn't black, white, Hispanic. We're people. We're adults. Okay? We are exactly what the youth looks up to. I know we're better than that. I know we're better than that. It really comes down to a lot of things. I see two sides that are bringing their belief to the table. And Mr. Vargas said it pretty well. A lot of times with the Vineland Board of Education, both sides came to me. They wanted a yes, but one of them was leaving with a no. So I suggest something that I suggested all the time. It was really 3 simple letters, an acronym. CCT, which really meant communication, collaboration, combined with transparency. No BS. Let us put it on the table if it's truly about the youth. Let's put the personalities aside. We try to check them in the parking lot. There was good discussion here today, and this is my 9th month. We're coming to a close. This is the first time I felt a vibe that really was crazy enough in a positive way for the youth, because I think a solution is going to come out of this. Would it be a positive one for one side or for the other? But we really have to think about the nucleus, which is the youth. Everyone did come up here and speak a little bit about that, but when you really let the tire hit the road on that pavement, don't say it, mean it. Really mean it. I could really talk forever, and I know Mr. Spinelli gets a little bit nervous. I took a lot of notes, and I can tell you, Mr. Spinelli is a bulldog, and if he's going to, now you got his attention if you didn't have it already. And when we talk about solutions, I'm a plumber by trade. This suit and everything, this is, you could put lipstick on a pig, I always say. But I'm a plumber by trade. I got paid and made a great living out of finding solutions. If I didn't find the solution, I didn't put the food on the table for the family. We didn't eat. Now in my retirement, I teach the youth how to be plumbers. There is nothing more satisfying than that. Let's really think about why we're here and what we're here to achieve, because this thing called life, we don't have it forever. That's really all I have. And Dr. Arthur, thank you for a little reality tonight. Thank you.
You know, a friend of mine told me a long time ago, there are 3 sides to every story. There's your side, there's my side, and somewhere there in the middle lies the truth. So everybody can come and tell us their story, but we have to decide what the truth is. And it really isn't up to the council but it's up to operations and those that are employed by the city. So I'm hoping for a positive conclusion to this, a collaboration, if you will, that will help grow the city even more, because our slogan is, where it's always growing season, right?
Absolutely.
So let's grow some positivity. Thank you.
Councilman Cruz.
Yes.
Gomez.
Yeah. Just like Dr. Arthur said, I want to thank Johnstone Peer Leadership for coming out tonight. I'm from Center City. I love Center City. The reason why I'm sitting up here is because of the vote of Center City. We've seen two organizations that are not getting along right now. However, I've also witnessed over the last few months how many organizations are coming together and doing positive things in the city. So I refuse to let tonight dampen that. I think we're doing great. We're building great momentum. Finally, people are throwing away their pride and working together, and I personally witnessed that, and I just hope that the two organizations that are here today can figure that out, because the momentum is fun, the momentum is great. We're making a difference here in Vineland, and we would love for you guys to join us, right? But we don't need anyone stopping us. We're going to move this thing forward. The kids of the city are going to have an opportunity, whether you're with us or not. We're gonna open up them doors. So I thank you guys for coming up here and voicing your opinions and your problems, but I think this needs to be figured out, and join us. We're building momentum. Thank you.
Pretty much been said. Again, Dr. Arthur, thank you, because I know this is in your heart over there with the Carl Arthur Center. But Councilman Gomez is running a program for the youth that I just actually went to kind of observe as an old man in this community. It's 72 years old. But I've been in this government this is my 13th year. And there have been great strides in this city at all different angles since our administration took over. And it hasn't been a me, it hasn't been the mayor saying me, it's been collaboration of everybody working together. And we don't look at color, we didn't look at race, we didn't look at religion, we looked at people. And we said, hey, we're trying to do this. We need help. We need your help. You guys got to work it out as adults. If we work it out, which eventually, if it doesn't happen, we will, and somebody, if not everybody, will be unhappy probably. But that's life if you can't work it out on your own. Because now you're asking for a mediator to work it out, and he doesn't have any interest in either side other than he would like to see both sides function well, because you both have a good mission. But we're watching every nationality, every business type of person has gone and talked to this Sound Mind, Sound Body and what they were doing to try to help these kids start their own businesses and financial literacy and a whole bunch of different things going on. And just amazing. Now, I taught in Atlantic City my whole life, so I've dealt with minority kids my whole life. That's 34 years of my life where I took kids into my house, because in the old day you could do it. Today you get sued. But they were going to get shot on the street. Parents asked me if I would take them home. So I took them back and forth from Vineland to Atlantic City. So they'd go to school and then they came home. They grew up with my son. You guys are in the same building. You got to get along somehow. And fighting with each other, you can fight, you can come here, we can listen. City council can't do a thing. It's an administrative scenario. But you guys can do something to make it work so both of you can be in the building. But you have to have a civil conversation. You can't be blaming each other. You can put your grievances out on the table and have the conversation civilly. And if you do that, you'll figure it out on your own, and both of you will be able to coexist. If not, I don't know what's going to happen in that building. All right, so, Coop, you come upstairs, you guys come up, we work stuff out. I'm playing in a golf tournament for Mentor on the Green and stuff like that coming up. That's all good stuff. It's helping kids. And unfortunately, my son couldn't come back here because there was nothing for him, because he's in television. And there's no TV here, as you know that. So, all right? But at Vineland education, we get ripped. on how bad our schools are. My son went through the entire public education system, and at 43 years old, he's the vice president of a major television company. I don't have to worry about him. He did better than me. And that's all I worried about. That's what parents want. That's what you guys are working to do, that the kids can do better than the generation before them. You got to put all this nonsense aside and talk to each other in a manner that is respectful and get it fixed. It worked before. It wasn't perfect, but it worked before. It can work again. And the young lady came up here. I hold that certificate. I'm a principal. So I hold that certification that says in daycare there's certain rules. They got to be followed. They can't break them. If they break them, they lose their certification. I dealt with it at St. Isidore's Church with the same problems, where people wanted to come in and do what they wanted. They had a daycare in there. They couldn't do it. They argued with me. I kicked them out. I said, I'm telling you, this is what you can do and what you can't do. Well, we're not doing it that way. That's not the way we do it. Have a good time. You're out. The daycare stayed. I don't want to do that to anybody. It's not my purview. But just like we're teaching our kids to cooperate and be, civil and to have a vision of where you can bring yourself and how to talk to people and how to dress and how to present yourself, we better start remembering that as the adults, because words have consequences. And there's been and listen, I've heard both sides. I got friends on both sides of this issue, and I'm catching it from both sides. And that's okay, because I signed up for it. But you guys got to fix it yourselves. There's not one thing the city can do. It's not a city council issue. It's an administrative issue. And if it's an administrative issue and we can't resolve it, I don't think either party is going to be happy. That's just my call, my gut feeling. I don't have any inside information. But Mrs. Williamson, to your statement that you said you didn't feel heard, I understand that. But believe me, we hear you. And we bring it. We bring it to administration. And in administration, we have these conversations about the two groups got to deal with it. Now, the building needs work. We know it. I think we'd like to get it fixed. But when we get it fixed, I'll be honest with you, nobody's going to be able to be in the building at all because of the construction. What happens when the building's fixed? It's not going to be anybody's home. It's going to be a community center owned by the city that the city's going to make decisions on who's in and out of it, as we do now with other buildings, whether it's under recreation or whether it's under administration. You're going to have city people making that call. So my suggestion is do the best you can to be civil with each other and work out your differences. We had a lot of people up here willing to be the mediator for you, that are from the community, that understand the community. And some people said, hey, listen, you guys, you listen and you don't live there. You're right. I was not brought up there. I was brought up on Easton Oak Road. But at 4 years old, I was out in the fields picking. I understand work. At 13 years old, I was running Giovanni's Delicatessen because he left and went to Italy every summer. And I was the little kid next door that was working in a store, and he says, you're in charge. You got to do the orders. You got to do this. You got to do the schedules. You got to make sure that everything's mopped. Hey, guess what? You're all there. It's a work ethic, and that's what we're teaching the kids. That's what we're teaching. You're teaching the kids. I don't like to get on a pedestal like this, but I am so tired of hearing this and that it's the same stuff over and over and over, and I don't believe that as adults you can't get over it. You can't have the conversation and resolve it. All right, at this point in time, thank you very much for coming. I'm glad everybody came tonight. I'm hopefully that we can get a resolution out of it somehow. But at this point in time, there we are. Entertain a motion to adjourn.
So move.
Second.
Dr. Arthur?
Yes.
Councilmember English?
Yes.
Vice President Gomez?
Yes.
Councilmember Vargas? President Spinelli?
Yes, thank you, everybody. Have a great night. Be safe going home.